January 3rd, 2022. Halfcast 216, episode 216. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Police struggle to deter rising catalytic converter thefts. You would think a whole car falling on somebody would at least slow these people down. Oh no, there is meth in them thar hills. In the tiny town of Lawrenceville, Virginia, a van owned by Popular Mount Baptist Church was knocked out of commission for weeks after thieves cut the catalytic converter out of its exhaust system. Churches, really? Nothing is off limits. Several months later, across town, a catalytic converter was ripped from a van owned by First Baptist Church. Similar crimes followed, targeting a total of 15 church vans and 13 other vehicles in town, part of a nationwide surge in thefts of catalytic converters. If you're a politician and your angle is going green, this is good for you because it's also a call to action to lower emissions to the point lower emissions or erase emissions completely to the point where you don't need catalytic converters that will arrest the theft of the catalytics altogether, because catalytic converters are it's about emissions. Thefts of the exhaust emission control devices has jumped over the past 2 years as prices for the precious metals they contain have skyrocketed. I think they have like raw platinum. Thieves can expect to get anywhere from $50 to $300 if they sell the converters to scrap yards, which then sell them to recycling facilities to reclaim the precious metals inside, including platinum, palladium, and rhodium. For victims, the cost of replacing a stolen catalytic converter can easily top $1,000 and make their vehicle undrivable for days or weeks. As the part is ordered and installed, it can also leave owners feeling vulnerable. Just to feel that the church property was invaded by thieves was disheartening, said John Robinson, a member of Poplar Mount Baptist Church. Robinson said replacing the stolen converter cost about $1,000. The theft was covered by insurance, but the church had to pay its $250 deductible and was unable to use the van for 6 weeks as it sat in a mechanic's yard waiting for a new part. The National Insurance Crime Bureau said the number of catalytic converter thefts reported in claims to insurance companies jumped from 3,389 in 2019 to 14,433 in 2020. Whoa! Here's to breaking new records in 2022. Reach for the stars. NICB President David Galaw said there has been a significant increase in thefts since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. Makes sense because people are driving less. They don't go anywhere as more. They're staying home a lot. So people are not driving their cars as much. It's an opportunistic crime, Galaw said in a statement. As the value of the precious metals contained within the catalytic converters continues to increase, so do the number of thefts of these devices. There is a clear connection between times of crisis, limited resources, and disruption of the supply chain that drives investors towards these precious metals. Let's get to the nuts and bolts of what's driving these thefts. It's a meth, baby. It's meth and or cocaine. Next up, if you like the show, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, let me know you're rocking with your boy. Fair beater, dad of 4-year-old intoxicated in repeated attempts to jump Queen's Turnstile before fatal fall. If you live in the city, there are two things you should never be caught without. One of them is a condom, and the other one is a subway token. I don't know if they do the subway tokens anymore, but a Metro card pass. You get what I'm saying. There he is. Look at him. Oh, wow. A Queen's strap hanger's repeated attempts to jump a turnstile ended in death when he flipped over and landed on his back. Police believe Christopher de la Cruz's neck was broken in the Sunday morning accident though an autopsy will determine his exact cause of death. De La Cruz, 28, was on his way to work when he died. Police said his father, Jose De La Cruz, was crestfallen. What can I say? The father lamented he did a mistake. His son was the father of a 4-year-old boy. He was a nice guy, the father said. He was a good father. De La Cruz was found unconscious about 6:45 a.m. on Sunday inside the Forest Hills 71st Ave subway station in Forest Hills. Police said medics pronounced him dead at the scene, and now surveillance video obtained by the Daily News show his final moments. De La Cruz, wearing a backpack on his shoulders, tried upward of a dozen times to jump over the turnstile, stumbling on his very first attempt, then repeatedly falling to get his feet over the turnstile bar. Whoa! He appeared to be unsteady on his feet, and police said he had been drinking. You're on your way to work and you're already drinking? Finally, he loses control, his weight striking the bar, causing him to flip over and land on his back on the concrete floor. We all say hindsight is 2020. We all say what we're gonna do, what we should have did, what we shouldn't have did. But if I had to make it to work that bad, if it was that deep, I probably would have like called my boss or called a coworker. Can you cash at me? Can you cash at me $5 so I could catch the subway? I'll give you the money when you get there. I'll give you the money some way. I'm just trying to get to work some way. It didn't have to happen like that. Wow. Next up, 17-year-old from Punxsutawney arrested for underage drinking. I would be drinking too if the only thing my town was famous for was a groundhog, and you named it Phil, and and my town was also named Punxsutawney. Three Punxsutawney residents, including a 17-year-old male, were arrested for possession and underage drinking in November. Police say a 17-year-old male, along with Hayden Roy, 24, and Tanya Powell, 48, were arrested for having drugs, open drug paraphernalia, and underage drinking when they were stopped for a traffic violation on Monday, November 8th at the intersection of Route 36 and Lip Road. It just sounds like there's a rock quarry somewhere or a coal mine around there somewhere. Oh, you've brought shame to Punxsutawney Phil. What if he found out they ate the groundhog every time he gave them more weeks of winter? Next up, Utah man held woman against her will for weeks, said she had 6 months to love him or be killed. Utah man held woman against her will for weeks, said she had 6 months to love him or be killed. That man is a keeper. He's willing to go beyond the 90-day rule, ladies. A Salt Lake City man has been charged after authorities say he held a woman against her will for several weeks, during which he beat her and threatened to kill her if she didn't fall in love with him. I don't think it works like that. Ramon Martinez, 39, is charged with 1 count of aggravated kidnapping, 5 counts of aggravated assault, and 1 count of assault, according to a probable cause affidavit filed Wednesday, which says he will likely flee if released on bail due to having business contacts in several other states. The victim texted someone a plea for help, noting she was afraid for her life, and the recipient of the text alerted authorities to the situation, according to the affidavit. See, fellas, the ladies get cold feet about commitment too. She stated that over a period of several weeks, she was threatened to be killed and was assaulted. The affidavit reads, according to NBC, during this time, she was unable to leave or go anywhere freely. After the text recipient reported the situation to police, they found Martinez at the home with what they believe was a gun in his hand, the affidavit notes. Authorities then arrived to the residence to find Martinez holding what they believed to be the outline of a gun before they ordered him to put his hands up, and he obliged, the affidavit notes. The victim, according to the document, subsequently told authorities that her captor grabbed a knife and carved the number 6 into the victim's left hand, stating that she had 6 months. So 6 months, though, really? To love him or be killed. The outlet reports the woman said she was assaulted 6 times Wednesday, including twice in which she was strangled, and that she had previously had a knife held against her throat by her kidnapper, who also threatened to kill her brother in Mexico. Said the document. Martinez, who admitted to strangling the victim, which he claimed happened during consensual sex, told the woman he was a millionaire with many guns, as well as another residence in Arizona where he had business contacts, according to the affidavit. Wow, that is straight out of a scene from your favorite telenovela, people. Taking 6 months to find out that you love someone. Shoot, usually after 6 months, you find out that you don't want anything to do with them anymore. It's risen, it's peaked, and then it then fell. One show, one show, one show. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Adios.